I'm very lucky to have a very intense job. And I say that because it's intensive care unit, and it's funny to say that it's intensive care unit. Intensive care unit means you are at your most vulnerable time. Here I'm grateful and I am honored that you give me the most critical time of your life. And you give it to me and you are actually trusting me at that moment when you're dying to see if you can make me better or have no pain. So I'm working to deserve that honor. And I feel that I haven't reached that yet, but it's my purpose every day. So I wake up every day thinking, today I'm going to try to live up to those patients and honor them in that moment. That's the only way you can survive what I do. Because I hold hands of people dying at all ages. And I see them dying and I see them suffering and I see the families around them. And if I can make them better, at least I'll make them feel better. And I feel that trust is incredible. That's what's moving me. That's what's keeping me alive. I've been really lucky to have experience sometimes when patients have come to me and said, thanks for saving my life, or thanks for saving my child's life, or you helped my dad, or you don't know who I am, but I was there when you were helping my grandmom. And those are special moments. I won't lie to you. That's what you live for. And that's the only thing that keeps you alive. I mean, this is a very tough job because, again, it's a very difficult moment in someone's life. It's when you're suffering, when you're in deep pain, when you're desperate, when you feel that there's nothing else. Here comes this guy and just hold my hand. Now, a few months ago, I had a moment in my life where I was critically ill. And I went on one weekend to be in rounds, being the ICU doctor, to be the patient in the ICU. Happened to me a few months ago, and I happened to feel on my own flesh and heart all the pain, all the lines, all the procedures, all the surgeries, all the fears. And it made me a real better doctor that moment. I learned so much in that. I don't propose that you need to be ill to be a better doctor. I don't think any doctor should go through any of this. And it's life, it happens, we are humans. I felt the vulnerability. I felt the pain. I felt the insecurity. I felt what am I going to be 10 days from now? Am I going to need chemo? I'm going to be dying. I'm going to be in pain. How is my family going to survive without me? What if I die? What if I die now? Things that I had not really asked myself up until that moment, and even though I was in the presence of all of that every day, 100 times a day, I was in a position of privilege, of being outside of that. You are the one making my decisions, and I'm the one who is suffering. Now I am the one who is suffering. So I think once you get through medical school and you learn some techniques, because that's all they are, techniques, and you read books and you get some information, you start experiencing things in life and you start meeting people. You start having more and more experience with patients, and you learn more from your patients than from anybody else. And you learn from your own life experience, like what I went through. And you learn from your mistakes, and you learn from when you think you did something right and something went really wrong. And those are the moments where you learn the most. And that is what really forms you as a doctor. Being a physician is not just having a name tag or a license, is having that urge to help people and put that into a passion and put that into a way of life. A mentor, the person that I admired the most, was a physician who trained me in Argentina, and he said, you will never stop being a doctor, ever. not on the weekends, not on the holidays. You will always think about your patients. And I think I mentioned this before, that I always go through the day thinking the need of the patient is what comes first, which is what the Mayo brothers told me. And they taught me that in a grade school, and they said, this is what you need to think every time. If you put the patient's interest first, nothing else matters, and you'll be fine. Whatever decision you make, and it could be wrong, as long as it's the patient's first. So I don't have a perfect answer of anything, but I'm learning, and I'm just trying to discern this a little bit day by day, just to be a little bit more deserving of that trust, of that moment when people are dying.